Hi, here we are, Clock Auction, previewing next Sunday's sale, Sunday, July the 27th. Sale starts at 10 a.m. Small but great sale, so don't miss it. Don't be lying on the beach there. Get in and view the sale or bid at it. Okay, first up is we have this wonderful pair of large multi-drawer mirrored cabins with the gilt trim, and these are by Richard Smith, I believe. We have a nice pair of them. In between this came from an estate up in Riverdale, New York, up in the Bronx. The owner of the estate was a friend of Vladimir Kagan's, and this is a custom-made, beautiful sort of chaise type settee. Nice original leather in it. Look at the typical Kagan base at the bottom there. It's nice the way it slopes down, so a nice rare piece to have here. One of a few pieces of Kagan here. This came from a Greenwich home. This is by Bruce Stillman, kinetic sculpture, look at that. Nice, good large size. Really wonderful. Estimated conservatively at 1,000 to 15, so a good investment piece there. Moving right over here, we've got our nice piece of probably Danish modern. Look at the grain on that rosewood. Either side of this has a little pull out here, so it's really beautiful, beautiful grain. Either side of it, we have four what they call Bambi chairs, teak Bambi chairs actually. Here, really wonderful color on this, good large size, but just super condition with the colors all still there. Looks like it came straight out. It's Philip and Kelvin Laverne, I believe it's called the Wedding Trail. Nice large size, also from the same estate as the Kagan. This Nikki Samphal is going to be in our September sale. You'll notice a few items as you're flashing about that are coming up in September. We have a strong sale there. In typical this, good time for a Corona by an Texas African-American artist called Bates. Okay, over here. Once again, we have another Steinway. It looks a bit rough on the finish and stuff, but everyone that comes in says it has a wonderful sound. This came from an estate in Riverside Drive in Manhattan. Conservatively estimated at 3,000 to 5,000 in the main room. Once again, you're going to notice stuff coming up in September, so sorry about that, but there you go. We have two nice violins in this sale. This violin is signed Carlo Testori. Comes in the original case with two bows. These came from an estate next door to us in Larchmont. There's also this violin. You can see all the hand carving on it. So anyone who's a violin person should come in and view these. This one's signed and dated 1803 inside. There's a decorative violin here. It was done for a charity auction. The violins are seated atop a really nice scroll arm and scroll back, signed Chesterfield. So if it's actually signed Chesterfield, it looks like it just came out of the box. Okay, over here. Contemporary but nice, a pair of sort of mirrored back sconces with the American ships on it. Below here, a large set of Limoges Xiqiang porcelain. Really large set, serving pieces, etc., etc. We got books in the sale, so book people, please tune in. Up here, this is by Harris Smith, good large size. Came from Greenwich, I believe. Okay, in here, we have three sculptures by Ernest Trova. This is one of them. I'll show you the rest in a minute. Really great condition. These came from Flagler Drive in Marrick, right on the water. Here's another one here. They had three. That's the original finish that was on it. We have this wind-up doll. Forget the name of it, but you'll have to forgive me for that. Clark, CLARKENY.com. Moving right along, nice pair of cut glass. These are probably Baccarat because they've got the typical bubbles in the glass. Really wonderful. Nice to have a pair of them. Below here we got Meissen, these are a nice pair of lustres. Nice with the bubbling of the glass and the enamel work of the original shades. Below here we got some nice African tooth and beaded sculpture. In here we got three nice, these came from an appraisal day we did in Rye. Really beautiful Bergman's bronzes. Nice, still got great original paint and nice rare ones. These are lamps originally, can of course be turned back into lamps. Got clocks that Kenny will get to. This bronze sculpture here is pretty important. It's by an English sculptor called Reg Butler. So nice to have that for them. More bronze, look at the large boar. I believe that's by Peter Wasick, that large bird, jackdaw, crows we'd call it over in Ireland. This bronze sculpture here is by Deckard. This one here is large but unsigned. But nice, so great sculpture in the sale. This one here is also unsigned. Heavy bronze. So sitting on top of Florence Knoll sliding door cabinet. Probably had the handles changed at one stage. Here from Riverdale, where the Kagan stuff came from, one of my favourite pieces in the sale is, look at this, like sort of Matisse style, but good heavy weight. Beautifully cut table with the beveled glass top. This bronze here, illegibly signed, but good large side, really well executed with nice patina, nice tassel and gilt table there with Murano, with a glass shade, Murano lamp sitting on top, and we're going to swing right up here. We got Knoll chairs, Knoll swivel chairs, mid-century multi-drawer cabinet. This is a beautiful cameo glass shade and lamp. Unsigned, but good large size. Look at the wonderful bronze carving below it, bronze sculpture. We'll swing up here, these folding chairs, I believe we have 6 of them, are by Castelli. And we have, this is Florence Knoll sofa, I believe, right here. Here, this is contemporary but nice. Beautiful white table with the 4 chairs with the acrylic legs on them. Sitting on top, this is a chess table. It's tiger's eye and a black marble or stone. This is a wonderful, looks like a Buddha head, Pieta Dura style, leaving a tiger's eye. All sorts of wonderful rare stones in there. This chest of drawers here is also from Riverdale, the Vladimir Kagan. Missing 1 rail, but I'm sure it's easy for you to find that, but nice. It's a rare piece, sort of as is, but nice to have. You can redo it. Here, another Florence Knoll early cabinet, nice with the white trim. Back to the antiques, probably 18th century, little Queen Anne lowboy. Here we have 2 Knoll. These are the 2, this one went above the other one. These are the top cabinets that went above the other 2 floor cabinets. It's a nice big size and in wonderful condition. Opens on both sides, so even if you're a retailer, you're wanting to sell something or have it for your dining room. Nice display cabinet here. Moving right up. This is pretty nice. This came from next door in Riverdale. They used to be hot as hell for this size. Nice with the curving and the, you know, the swan relief carved in it. Nice, probably 18th century. Here we have a Howard banjo clock. Also came from next door in Larchmont. This is a large gilt mirror, plenty of mirrors in the sale. Nice large. This is an after cameo glass, after Gallet. Here, 18th century. Once again, these used to be so hot, so they will come back in, I'm sure, at some stage. So a good time to buy them. But look at that, nice original patina, nice step back, 2 doors over 2 door. Before we move too far forward, this is a Adrian Pearsall brutalist table, very like Paul Evans stuff. Nice big size, nice glass top. We have a pair of these demi-lune. You can use them against the wall as demi-lunes, or you can open them up as a dining room table. More mirrors. These big lamps here, I believe, are called the pill lamps. But look at the size of that. Look at that shade, taller than myself. Plenty of lighting in the sale. Stickley Audi, little trunk there, sort of after Harvey Ellis. Here we have a nice wide 19th century Wiat table, as is on the marble. Contemporary chaise here. This table, I believe, is after Félicien Béjart. Beautiful with the glass, but it is actually signed on it. This lamp, sort of after Artolucci, I believe it comes together with another standing lamp. More Castelli chairs. This is really great. Good, heavy, large size. Look at the Art Deco steel base on that, and it's French. Came from next door. It's the other lamp. This, I believe, is by Gary Kulak. Enameled metal sculptural chair. Here we have the other piece by Ernest Trova. This, I believe, the finish on this is called Corson, so it's actually, that is how the finish should be. Really nice. We have 3 by Trova this sale, so that's unusual, so it's good to have them. This table here with the demi-lune glass and the nice, beautifully patinated and hammered, I was going to say banged, hammered metal base. This is by Puccio de Rossi. Came from down at Flagler Drive. These are very different and they're nice because they have a nice contemporary feel. They're probably Murano glass and brass and iron. Never seen a pair, so I would say rare, nice to have. Decorative as opposed to the usual dark looking. This, I believe, is Siegelman's in our September sale. We have a set of 8 of these. They're sort of Memphis style, so very interesting with the leather cushions, nice turned backs on them. These 2 chairs here, swivel, plastic. They came from Riverdale, where we had the Vladimir Kagan. These actually might be Kagan, so you geniuses out there will know more than me anyway, so you can figure that out. This table here is large and wonderful. Just look at the enamel work on the flowers on this table and the bronze, but the legs are gilt wood. Very large, I want a big apartment for that. And this is one of my favorite pieces in the sale. This sofa, all original, curved, beautifully lacquered wood. I'll just give you an idea of the side. Look at the condition and the grain in that wood. And this is signed Carl Springer, beautiful fabric, all original. Came from the same estate as that Chesterfield sofa, which is in wonderful condition as well. Okay, back to the mid-century, Danish, probably teak. This is a large flip-top table, actually flips out flat to a dining room table. This sofa is very comfortable. Everyone that comes in sits on it for a while. There's a bit of a woolly feel to it. I was just over in Ireland recently, so I'm used to the old woolly feel. Clouds, sort of after Kagan cloud-style sofa. We're not saying it is, we're not saying it is. Okay, up here on this beautiful harvest table. Haven't had one in a while, and this is particularly nice at size and grain. Nice, the old. Top of that sort of 1, 2, 3 Stickley style lamps with the mica shades. We have a set of these chairs, once again, used to be the bee's knees. Hopefully they do well for the people this time, because there's a set of 8 in really wonderful shape and wonderful patina. Over here, this here's Kagan with the floating top on it, goes against your wall in here. It's all supported by this side. So when you look at it, it looks like this is floating. So it's really wonderful. We'll open it up to give you a look inside. Nice bar cabinet, whatever you want for it. You can put your drinks, etc. up there. Really a nice original shape, good condition. But just nice rare piece. Okay, we will swing over here. More mirrors. Gonna get a little dark over here. Look at this cabinet here. Beautifully hand painted in faux grain. Really super 2-door cabinet. This, used to love these. I still love it. Don't know how much the people do, but look at the inlay on it and the escutcheons and the great patina Welsh cabinet. Here we have a set from the same estate. Big long server. Topped at a very large Venetian mirror. Look at the size of that. I'm going to swing right down here. We got Hitchcock style chairs, or not style, they probably are Hitchcock chairs. We have this beautifully carved Gothic cabinet, carved all over. And we have a Steinway upright in the sale too. So anyone who's into pianos or instruments between the violins and the Steinways, do not miss it. Getting near the finishing line, we have this, we're very busy here, as you can see, with stuff all over the place still. So we have this Harvey Ellis, after Harvey Ellis, Stickley Audrey bedroom set. I believe it's a pair of end tables, long dresser, an armoire, a mirror. So it's 3,000 to 5,000 estimate, really good. This table here, with the chrome base on it, is signed Knoll. It's a designer Knoll table, nice big large size with the laminate top. Over here, we believe this is Tommy Parzinger. Really wonderful couple, actually quite useful with the little step back up behind a sofa or a settee. We have a nice original set of L&J Stickley, not Stickley Audie, the real L&J Stickley, signed on the back right down here. Nice set of 8, which is nice to have, unusual to find 8. I'll have a quick look around to see what I'm missing. Anyway, if I missed anything, go to clarkeny.com. You can preview now if you want. It's all up and ready. So looking forward to seeing you. Have a great finish to the summer. Our next sale will be September. A couple of online sales and a thimble sale in between. But with that, I'll pass you on to the next appraiser.
Hi, I'm Femi. I'm a junior appraiser, and I'm going to be walking you through some of the highlights from the Asian section. So the first slot that we're starting with is this blue and white censer and or brush pot. It displays a scene of nobles within a waterside scene. And on the back is this poem, and here is the base of the piece. The next piece is actually also a brush pot, but this one's hexagonal in form. And this also has a pretty elaborate scene on the entire body of farmers and nobility within a landscape and a pretty elaborate mountainside. Here's the mark on the base, and it's a peach with other scholarly items. The next lot is an enamel decorated plaque, likely from the Republic period. It features this theme of boys at play, which is pretty strong Chinese symbolism. There's the mark at the bottom, and I'm just going to flip it over to the back. The next lot is this enamel decorated food dish. So on the front, there's this scene of the bamboo grove with a waterfall, and just going to turn it around. And on the side are these elephant form handles. And here's the base. Next are a pair of planters. These are Wushuangpu style planters, and they feature scenes of various heroes from the Song period. So these are pretty cool. And here is the base of one of them. There's a 6-character Qianlong mark. Next is a fairly elaborate enamel decorated plate, and this features a central peach, and then all around it are the 12 characters from the zodiac, so each animal is depicted individually. And here's the back with bats, and there's a 6-character Guangxi mark. Next are another pair. This is a pair of Tang-style metal figures of musicians. So these two actually come with fitted wooden stands, and here's the base of one of them. Next is a pair of blue-ground, actually they're not a pair, there's 2 individual pieces, but they are a near pair, and they are blue-ground enamel plates, and they both feature these dragons that have been carved into the surface. And here's the base of one, so that's a Lingzhi mushroom. And the next one is a chrysanthemum flower. Moving on to the next lot, this is probably one of my favorites of the sale, and this is a Japanese cloisonne vase. So it features these really elaborate and beautiful scenes of birds and flowers on each side, and ending with the ducks and the other flowers. On the bottom is the mark of Adachi Kanjiro. So we're excited to see how that performs. Next is two groupings of Japanese wood blocks. So my favorite of this grouping is this scene of a brothel, but it uses anthropomorphic sparrows because the artist was trying to circumvent this law that didn't allow for the depiction of prostitutes in art. And continuing with the theme of the woodblock prints, moving on to a very well-loved Japanese artist, Hiroshi Yoshida. So just cycling through these, this is a scene of cherry blossoms. This one is a scene of a small town. And this is another scene of fishermen on a boat in a dock. The artist was also a pretty renowned traveler, so he also traveled to India, and this is a scene of a palace at Udaipur. And then moving on, this is a scene of the very famous Taj Mahal. And it just features a bunch of people walking around in front of it, and it's actually very well lit and quite beautiful and very emblematic of his work. Moving on, we have a pair of polychrome female court ladies, and they are actually Tang in style. And on to the next lot is the censer that's actually very interesting. It has Middle Eastern script, so it's possibly one of those Chinese export pieces. I'm going to show you the other side. And on top is this pierced wooden lid, and it's topped by a jade finial that has a squirrel surrounded by flowers. Moving on is this pair of female and male food dogs. They're probably incense burners. You can actually see that the head comes off, and you'd probably be able to put incense in there and watch the smoke come out through the mouths. The last lots that I'm covering are these prints by Toko Shinoda, who was a well-known 20th century post-war artist who worked in this style that's kind of abstract expressionist. She draws a lot on her background as a calligrapher. And that wraps it up. So to check out the rest of the lots, you can look on our website, and we hope to see you at the July 27th sale. Thank you.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Clark Auction Gallery July-August Spectacular Sale. Happy Independence Day to everyone out there. I hope you had a great one. I'm looking forward to a wonderful summer, and I'm sure you are as well. Let's start off with the very first rug of the sale today, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a vintage and finely hand-knotted oriental carpet. Like a garden party at midnight, red balloons, navy mystery, and just enough gold to keep things interesting. Take a look at this palace-size Edward Fields wheat chafe carpet, fit for a chafe strewn Versailles. 4 grand bundles of wheat stand proudly on a soft white field with a cheerful orange and teal blue border that's pure 1970s American glamour. Here's a large antique finely hand-knotted carpet, a floral explosion set against cool blues and a warm rust. This one's not so much a rug as it is a righteous walk through a Persian spring. Here's a beautiful Hariz carpet. Strong geometry meets blooming tradition. A Hariz that doesn't whisper, classical, it declares it. And what do I have sitting on top of that Hariz? Why, it's a beautiful pile of rugs, that's right. And for those of you with commitment issues, a charming pile of rugs ready to flirt with your floors, each with its own story, and none offended if you pick favorites. Next is a vintage finely hand-knotted Chinese carpet. Oversized blossoms dance across a jewel-toned teal ground. This chinoiserie meets maximalism. Yet again, another vintage and finely hand-knotted carpet. It's your classic rust red floral, the kind of rug that's never out of style because it never tries too hard to be. It just exists. Here's a vintage and finely hand-knotted runner. A stately path of cream blossoms winds down a blue corridor, perfect for making entrances feel just a little more imperial. Could it be another vintage and finely hand-knotted carpet? It most certainly is. A red field overflowing with flowers and crowned by a soft cream medallion. It's the Persian equivalent of a Sunday best. Take a look! It's a vintage Oshak style carpet, faded in all the right ways. This Oshak style soft palette whispers of old world elegance with a modern designer's eye. And here we go again, another vintage finely hand-knotted Oshak style carpet. That's Oshak chart, earthy tones, open design, and a laid-back refinement that makes it feel both important and easy. And the final carpet I'd like to share with you is this spectacular hand-knotted piece. Just take a look at all of these flowers. It's like strolling through a garden. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what screams Americana more than a banjo clock made by Howard & Co. of Boston, Massachusetts? What a spectacular piece, ladies and gentlemen. Just look at that sexy mahogany case. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move along for all of you gold bugs and silver bugs out there and numismatists. Take a look at what I have for you today. That's right, not one, but 2 groupings of Morgan silver dollars. Silver by the fistful, as I like to say. A glittering pile of Lady Liberties, just waiting to be admired, stacked, or flipped, but preferably not spent. Right in front, 3 horse blanket notes, including a $2 midi porthole. Oversized, overdesigned, and absolutely overflowing with turn-of-the-century flair. Plus a tiny George Washington peeking through for good measure. To my left, what do I have? 2 golden eagles that say sound money, louder than any politician ever could. Heavily in hand and heavier in history. Right below, an original Civil War era document ordering uniform supplies for Major General Woodson. What a cool piece. And right over here, let's keep the economy going, folks. That's right, this absolutely incredible sterling silver Mont Blanc pen, perfect for signing checks. What do I have over here? Remember when our money was backed by silver? That's right, silver certificates, ladies and gentlemen. I got a $1 silver restrike and a beautiful American Indian head gold coin, $2.50. Up next, I have a spectacular French repeating carriage clock. A charming little traveler dressed in gilt and pink with a lakeside view on the dial. Proof the French could make even timekeeping romantic. Moving right along to watches, take a look at this Rolex Cellini Danios 18-karat gold watch. Refined, restrained, and wrapped in 18 carats. The Cellini Danios is Rolex's answer to what if elegance had a pulse? Right next to it, what do I have? It's a vintage Rolex Skyrocket Canadian Oyster watch. That's right, a rare bird in the Rolex aviary, built for the Canadian market, named for the skies, and ready to launch your wrist into vintage collector's territory. What's next? A Cartier Santos Galbi automatic watch, the original aviator's luxury watch. The Santos Galbi brings square-jawed charm and Cartier's signature elegance to every second. What do I have right behind here, ladies and gentlemen? A horological buffet, gold, steel, and plenty of style. Whether you're buying it for weight or by taste, there's something ticking for everyone. And last but not least, check this out. A VCA retailed Corum Love Bond 18-karat gold watch. Signed by Corum, retailed by VCA. A wrist-hugging golden whisper that says, I commit it, but make it chic. Have I got a treat for you guys? I've got a great collection of militaria here. Why don't we start off with this beautiful Mauryan helmet? That's right, with embossed fleur-de-lis straight from the parade ground of a 16th century Spanish soldier, potentially, and far too fancy for actual battle unless you're fighting with charm. It's a Mauryan helmet. Moving right along, a European-style curious breastplate protects the chest and flatters the ego. Whether you're reenacting or just dressing up your wall with some old world bravado. Right in front, it's a pair of European cup-hilt rapiers for the well-dressed duelist, elegant, balanced, and ready to settle matters of honor, or at least some spark of jealousy. Right over here, folks, it's a signed Japanese katana sword, the real deal, not a wall hanger, but a signed blade with soul, forged for someone who knew the way of the sword. Right next to it, it's a World War II Japanese Shinganto Type 95 sword, a piece of imperial steel issued to the rank and file, but still carrying the gravitas of a bygone empire, history with an edge. Have I got something to share with you that I found to be quite special? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look at this bayonet. It's a named US M1 Garand bayonet. One man's name, a reminder that even the sharpest tools had a personal story to tell. And right in front of it, what do I have here? A grouping of bayonets, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, we've got Italian, American, Austrian, several bayonets, several countries, ladies and gentlemen, none of them settle. And I look forward to seeing each and every single one of you here at Clark Auction Gallery, July 27th, beginning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Happy bidding.
Hi there, welcome to Clark Auction's July 27th Fine Art Auction Preview. And I'm going to share with you some of the interesting highlights in our sale. I'm going to begin with this great painting by the Austrian artist, Robert Eigner. It's done in 1929, and as you can see, it's a great composition of people in communication, done in Austria, lot 65 in our sale, and it's estimated at $1,000 to $1,500. Staying with the Germanic type of theme, we've got this great follower of Lucas Cranach of an amorous couple. It's oil and panel. It's got a really thick varnish and it's a little bit yellow, but with a little conservation, I think it will really, really pop. That's lot 12, and also $1,000 to $1,500 in our sale. We also have now also in the sale a Rockwell Kent. This is Girl on a Cliff. And it's just a really wonderful impression by that well-known American artist. We've had some great works by Kent in the past, even including a mirror that he did. And you can just see it's really a great etching, engraving actually by the artist. We go now to the world of maritime of Eliza Taylor Baker, a New York-born artist. This is a sloop preparing to leave a cove. He was a Mount Vernon, I think he lived in Mount Vernon as well. This is lot 9, and we've got 2, and this has been actually in a collection in Mount Vernon for over 125 years. So we're staying with the theme of maritime, and we're going to go to this really wonderful highlight in the sale, lot 22, by Edmund Darch Lewis. We actually have 2 works by the artist. This is estimated at $3,000 to $5,000, comes from a local maritime collection. And this is probably Narragansett Bay where he was known to paint, so that you can get your Rhode Island view here. There's some really wonderful little houses, a church along the coast, and maybe somebody knows what that church is. And going to an Italian artist, we've got Tommaso de Simone. This is the bombardment of Alexandria in 1882. The Brits like to do that in the 19th century, so Alexandria. And this is lot 68 in the sale, and really a wonderful depiction of military in action, and that's lot 68, and we've got an estimate at $800 to $1,200. Shifting gears, we're going to go to the world of pulp art and the work of William Reisig. This is a Brawl in Venice. He was really well known for doing pulp cover illustrations, and this is just a great mixed media work by the artist. You can really see that he's captured a real battle between the sexes there. We also have another Baker actually in the sale. And like I said, these have been in a private collection in Mount Vernon for over 125 years. So there's a little bit more to be seen with the restoration. We now are going to go to a more contemporary artist, William Stiegler. He's an American born in 1962, and he's known for doing these kind of minimalist industrial works. This is lot 40 in the sale, and it's called Green Machine, done in 2008 with an estimate of $1,000 to $1,500. One of the really works that I really love in the sale is lot 45 by Thomas Barrel, the German artist. He was trained as a textilist, and he really became fascinated with repetitiveness and grid. You have the Volkswagen Beetle here, which is called VW Red. This was done in 1969, and this is number 16 of 25. So a really rare print. You Volkswagen enthusiasts should really go for this work. And as you can see, the big Beetle is made up of little Volkswagen Beetles, and it's just really a fun pop art kind of work. Sorry about that. And we have a little highlight in our next sale, one of 3 Purvis Youngs that we're going to have in September. So this is just a teaser, but we'll move on to a great work, a photograph by the British artist David Gamble. This is Andy Warhol in his living room, and this is a chromogenic print done in 2004, and it's one of 25. We had one several months ago, and this is a large, great version. Looks great for your living room. Moving along, we've got a really dark image here, but this is great Chinese school 19th century Wampu Anchorage, Chinese school, lot 34. It's difficult to see, but your restorers, your dealers, you're gonna have to go for it because it's really got some great detail of ships at Anchorage. It's lot 34. We're going to this really intimate and charming work by Jack Casanetto. He's a plein air artist who unfortunately died in 2018 from California. And this is looking at Marion from Angel Island, done in 1997. It's oil on board. A really great plein air work by a really wonderful tonalist artist. We go now to another small painting. This is from a White Plains collection, lot 46. And this is by Jean-Jacques Henner, who's well known for portraits of women. And this is a woman with a headscarf. Just a charming, really great depiction by Henner. Now going on, we've got this other great Edmund Darch Lewis. This is more of his Hudson River type painting. This is lot 21 in the sale, and we've got an estimate of 2 to 3. Above that, we've got lot 47 in the sale, which is by William Matthew Pryor, and this is Washington's tomb at Mount Vernon. There's several versions of this work, and this one I think's just got that bit more with the figures going in front of the tomb there that you don't see in other versions, and it does seem to have a label on the back that it was probably exhibited at a museum. Now, an artist you may be familiar with that we've had in the past is Peter Paskas. This is Peter Paskas III, born in 1969, and he's just a great little realist kind of house scenes, and you get 2 in the lot 4, and it's 6 to 900 for the 2. I'm going to end up with this really great equestrian painting by William A. Sexty. The horse is Saucebox, which won the Doncaster St. Leger in 1855. And this comes from also the White Plains collection. And we've got an estimate of 2,000 to 3,000 on this. Okay, we're now in the main gallery, and I'd like to focus on a few of the great works that we have in the main gallery. And I'd like to start with this Rolf Scarlett. He's a Canadian-born artist who ended up in New York City, and he was one of the founding artists of Guggenheim's collection. And this is done in the 1950s. Obviously, it looks like Pollock, and it is splatter art, but it's a really great picture at an important period for this artist. Moving along, we've got some other great works. Above that, we've got Nora Azuma, who's a Japanese American. This was done in 1965, and again, a great period for the artist. This is a seriograph, which is what he's known for, and it's lot 35 in the sale. And as we move along, just to give you a smattering of what we've got great works by the German artist Max Pechstein. This is After the Bath, done in 23. We've got great lithographic posters from France. And we're moving along and kind of giving you a teaser of a large work by Beverly Pepper. And we have several works in this sale by the German-American artist Monika Misselbeck. This is Jack and the Beanstalk, and it is done in 1987, and it's from a series of children's kind of folklore and stuff, and a really great, vibrant textural work by her. And then we move on to having other great large works in the sale. You've got your minimalist, you've got contemporary, you've got 19th century works by British artists, old masters. And then we even have this great lot 62 of a beach scene by Gaston Sabre, and it's estimated 1,000 to 1,500. Another picture that I think is kind of quirky and fun is lot 8 in the sale, and this is by Umberto Balducci, and it's an office interior with clients selecting fabric. So I think it's just a great fun picture, and it's lot 8, and we've got a mere 300 to 500 on it. We've got more maritime pictures, another picture by the son of Tommaso, Antonio, and this is a really interesting local work by Luman Martin Winter, and this is a mountainous landscape, a really large work. He was in New Rochelle. I also like to point out 2 large works by the contemporary artist Janet Jennings. This one is of Wainscott Pond in the Hamptons. She is a Hampton artist. And we also have another large work by her of Bridgehampton Farm. I'd like to end up, after looking at those great impressionistic paintings, this print by Walter Williams, the African-American artist, and this is called Roots, done in 1965. It's a really rare print. We've got it estimated at 600 to 900. It's lot 52. We do have a few bits of issues on it, but what a great artist and a really rare print. With that, I'd just like to say, look at our catalog at Clark NY for all the details on everything we have in the sale and photographs. And if you have any questions, feel free to give us an email or a call. And we do have 3 days of preview before, which I always recommend to see things firsthand. And good luck at the auction, and thank you for watching.
Hi, and welcome to the July 27th auction preview video of Silver Jewelry and Couture. We're going to begin here from a local Mamaroneck estate, a beautiful two-tier Gorham sterling stand, but you can see here the wonderful borders and these kind of urn decoration, really quite nice, estimated at $1,000 to $1,500. A pair of weighted sterling candlesticks, great for anyone's centerpiece on their table at $300 to $500. We have this beautiful 4-piece sterling tea service with monogrammed oval tray. One of the stars of this show came from our appraisal night at the Larchmont Library, and this is a William B. Kerr American 14 karat gold vanity service. Absolutely stunning, beautiful engine turn design with these kind of scrolling floral sprays, just absolutely stunning. Estimated at $6,000 to $9,000. Each piece is individually weighed on our website. Everything is in good condition, really interesting provenance. Again, came from a local Larchmont lady, and is really just a beautiful addition to our July 27th auction. Another local consignment is this collection of 12 sterling goblets with gold wash to the interior of each goblet. Really just wonderful. This would be great for anyone's holiday decor. Really just a great selection of these goblets. Again, estimated at $600 to $900. This is a collection of sterling, gold, and just interesting vintage and antique jewelry. We have some Pietradura brooches, a pair of these very sweet fish, some contemporary silver. This is Mexican, this is gold and onyx, a little bit of turquoise, a little bit of gold, a very sweet charm bracelet. This selection is estimated at $300 to $500. From a Newtown, Connecticut estate, this is another great item or addition to our sale. This is X Fred Leighton. It's 18 karat gold, wonderful Greek key design. It is hinged, so it goes on just like this. It's just so sweet, comes with the box, and this is estimated at $8,000 to $12,000. Really just heavy 18 karat gold work. And then we're moving forward to this sweet 3-piece suite of gold and gem jewelry. So we have the necklace with matching earrings, and it's accompanied by this 14 karat gold chain necklace. So just a nice, easy to wear, easy to throw on, great for your jewelry wardrobe. And moving on to a selection of bracelets. So this is Victorian. This technique is called taille d'apparent, and it's this kind of very intricate enameled line work. And then it's accompanied by these 3 silver and faceted rhinestone bracelets. So 2 are clear crystals and green crystals, and 1 is just solid green crystals, but great for stacking. Again, great for anyone's wardrobe. We have 2 loose diamonds in the sale, each individually lotted. So this stone here is 2.14 carats. It is K color and SI2 clarity. Really a nice piece for anyone who's looking to mount a stone. And then slightly smaller, but from the same estate, we have this 1.54 carat round brilliant cut, H color, I1 clarity with very good cut. And those 2 are both in this auction. Moving on to some pearls, so classic pearls. This is Continental, so we have a very sweet little 15 karat gold clasp with a actually a brown pearl, and then this white pearl or cream colored pearl necklace, and then 2 additional single strands, one with a 14 karat gold diamond and pearl heart form pendant. Very sweet. This is 14 karat gold with 2 diamond accents, a little bit more of a fun piece with the kind of tapered spray on either side of the diamonds, but very sweet at $600 to $900. This is a wonderful oval star sapphire, so you can see the astericism in the center as I rock it back and forth. Really quite nice. And then it is surrounded by pave diamonds, estimated at $1,000 to $1,500. This is 18 karat gold with a blue faceted gem flanked by faux diamonds and then pave diamond accents. Really sweet diamond bracelet, just a really nice, this can be stacked, this can be worn individually, but just a nice little bracelet to throw on. And then we have a 2-piece suite here, and there's actually a little diamond ring that goes along with this, but bicolor jewelry is in, so we have 14 karat gold and silver, and then this Greek key design, a nice companion to see again. I love doing this little comparison of the same motif in different styles. So this is a more contemporary take, and then this is the more traditional Greek key. and those two pieces are together. A collection of banded agate jewelry. So we had our whole selection of boxes a few months back, and now here's some jewelry for all of our fans of banded agate. So just these natural striations are so beautiful, and the color variations, a nice sweet pear, these drop earrings, and then some more contemporary versions. This one is Victorian. Moving on to some Southwest jewelry. So this is by the artist Effie Calavasa, and this is a 5-piece suite of sterling and turquoise, but what makes this really nice is the snake motif. So if you just take a closer look here, on each piece there's this kind of snake wrap design. So here it is on the bracelet. The ring has an individual snake, each of the earrings have their own snake, and then the necklace also has snake motif. So just a very nice suite in the sale, estimated at $400 to $600. Moving on to some jewelry from a local appraisal day. This is a Tiffany sterling brooch, and then a 14-karat bicolor gold and probably a sapphire brooch. So this is antique, this is much more contemporary. And here again from one of our local appraisal days, we have this wonderful David Yurman sterling cuff bracelet, and it is accented by 14-karat gold terminals with gem cabochons and faceted gems. Moving forward to antique rings. So we have one with emeralds and one with a ruby, but just this ruby is just so nice. A little petite ring with a flush mount. This is a wonderful choker necklace with the lion's head pendant drop. Just a nice, again, a nice addition to anyone's jewelry wardrobe. Moving back here to some Tiffany jewelry, we have this onyx beaded necklace with the little lapis accent stone, and this is Elsa Peretti for Tiffany. And then it's accompanied by a Tiffany 18-karat gold wedding band, or just a 18-karat gold band. Again, one of the stars of the show is really just so beautiful with the original box. This is Buccellati. It's 18-karat gold, floral spray brooch with diamonds and emeralds. It's just so wonderful, typical of Buccellati's work, and it's just such a beautiful example. This is estimated at $3,000 to $5,000, and it's just a lovely addition to the sale. Happy to have it here. A nice little interesting pair of 18-karat gold and pave diamond swirl form earrings. Again, just a little unusual addition for your jewelry wardrobe. And moving forward, this is it's a Van Cleef and Arpels for Coram bracelet. This is the Love bracelet. And it's just a really wonderful piece. Ken's gonna give you some more information on this item, but it's 18-karat gold and just, again, from the same estate as our Buccellati, and just a wonderful addition to this sale. And again, two little antique or vintage rings. So we have a little Belcher set green gem, and then rubies set in Italian gold. A 14-karat gold Omega choker. So really, again, just a nice staple piece. This is just beautiful. So this is continental, it's 14-karat gold, probably late 19th century, diamonds and enamel work with the pave diamond surround, but really just beautiful. I just love this brooch. More contemporary, again, some Tiffany jewelry here. So these are both Elsa Peretti for Tiffany. So we have the ribbon necklace and then the this kind of bib form necklace. So it's two different variations of a very similar style mesh sterling jewelry, estimated at $400 to $600. Moving forward, a nice little petite 14-karat gold necklace, a nice little staple again for anyone's jewelry wardrobe. So a little blue gem and a diamond accent. This is 14-karat gold, pearls, rubies, and diamonds. Again, just a nice little hinged bracelet in this sale. This is one of my favorite lots in the sale. Came in on one of our Walk-in Wednesday appraisal days. It is 14-karat gold, but what's really fun is just it's this claw grasping this Baroque pearl, so this slightly blue Baroque pearl, and it's just such a fun ring, estimated at $300 to $500. Again, two pieces of antique jewelry in the sale. So we have this wonderful antique brooch with the faceted heart form gem with seed pearl crown, and this central kind of clear, slightly blue stone with a surround of rubies. Backing up here to, again, some more contemporary jewelry. This is an individually lotted Tiffany and Company sterling snake form kind of bypass bracelet. Just a great design, and it is the year of the snake, and snakes are in, so I'm excited to see where this goes. And then we have a whole collection of Tiffany jewelry. So I believe this is Paloma Picasso for Tiffany. Again, Paloma Picasso for Tiffany, and then some just other Tiffany jewelry. I believe that these are from Spain, but all the details are on our website. Moving forward to some more gold. So we have this bicolor 14-karat gold bracelet with toggle clasp and gem cabochon terminals and pave diamond accents to each of these little accent rondelles. heavy 14 karat gold bracelet, beautifully articulated, again, just a testament to quality. This is 17 karat yellow gold with salmon coral cabochons. Oval form, nice floral design, great for the summer and spring months. Beautiful 14 karat gold beaded chain with the pave diamond open heart pendant. And then we'll move on to some couture. So we have this wonderful Hermes bag, just beautiful condition, like new, with the Hermes bag. This is estimated at $6,000 to $9,000 from our Newtown estate. From the same estate is this Louis Vuitton bag. So again, excellent condition with the tag, just generally just beautiful. Estimated at $500 to $700. We have this collection of continental silver. So we have this pair of English silver candlesticks. What's nice is the figural decoration and the ribbon swags to the candle cups. And then this is Russian silver. It is monogrammed but has these beautiful large handles and a slightly gold wash to the interior. Judith Lieber, just a beautiful satin clutch with these rhinestones and this beautiful closure. Comes with the original box, estimated at $300 to $500. Again, from our appraisal night at the Larchmont Library, we have this French 950 silver enamel and gem altar set. Just absolutely beautiful by an important French silversmith, estimated at $600 to $900, and again, just a wonderful collection, addition to any collection. And we're going to end here with this Goyard trunk. Really beautiful condition, a great size, so a nice smaller kind of just wonderful Goyard trunk in good condition. Has the interior tray with this handle here. Unfortunately, this one has seen better days, but it's really just in really nice condition. And again, just a fun piece. Maybe someone can make a tabletop out of it. It's just a beautiful addition to anyone's home decor. And that wraps it up for our July 27th auction preview video. We hope to see you there.